Welcome to the heart of the Texas Medical Center, the largest medical center in the world. Home of great doctors, groundbreaking technologies,
the development of new drugs, medical devices, and digital health breakthroughs.
Where 108,000 people work every single day, and so many more come for help. 10 million patients a year. And that's what brought us here to the corner of Fannin and Pressler. It's a big metro bus station, part of a 4-acre tract of land the transit agency has owned for 2 decades. Now it's such a valuable piece of dirt, metro taxpayers could stand to make a fortune letting a private company fix up the bus station and then build above and around it. It makes total sense. Hotels, apartments, restaurants, maybe even a daycare center for med center employee children. Stuff that helps workers and patients be closer to the hospitals. Obviously, the people who win the right to win this big contract will make a lot of money too. Metro has spent $3.4 billion in the last 4.5 years, just in your local sales tax money. Now they want voters to give them $3.5 billion more just in bond money for a down payment for more buses and rail. So why is a deal that could make you up to $1 billion on a small piece of med center property so shrouded with secrecy long after the bidding period ended? If Metro wants more money, why are they playing the hide the public records game? You know who else is playing the secrecy game? Mayor Sylvester Turner. What's new? But what's he got to hide on this Metro deal? He does appoint the majority of the Metro board, including the board chairwoman. The government secrecy we're running into this time has a common denominator. Everybody seems to be wanting to hide communications with just one guy.
My name is Paul Cannings.
Paul Cannings Jr.
Entrepreneurship is a journey, and as long as God allows us to be on that journey, there's different entrepreneurs need different things.
Wonder if that includes help from the mayor. Cannings is the principal developer of the Paul Alexander Company. They submitted an unsolicited proposal to Metro way back in March of 2018 to develop the property.
Now, it's a concept at this point, but it does have financial component already, a financial partner connected. It has the support of the medical center, and it has potential partners that are willing to work with this team.
Last fall, Metro provided an update. There were now 2 companies vying for the project.
We'll close the bids in October, or the solicitation comments. We've got some analysis to do. We'll come back to the board based upon that with a recommendation and next steps.
Since then, crickets. 11 months, not a single public mention to any committee meeting. So we asked to see what the proposals looked like the other day, and Metro told us, you don't have a right to know. Even what's a better deal for taxpayers. Cannings and his still secret team are one of the bidders, a company called IRG and their friends another. So let me get this straight. Taxpayers may own this tract of land, but Metro doesn't think you have a right to know the details. I have an idea. Let's see both plans. But something said back in May of 2018 at a Metro committee meeting caught our eye.
That once you get into deals like this, there's usually enough different entities involved that somewhere there's a conflict.
Conflicts of interest. Now he's talking our language. I wonder if he had any idea what we've now found. Paul Cannings Jr. is also managing partner of another company called RPH Consulting Group, and we'd seen their name before in our City Hall investigations. Before Sylvester Turner came into office, the company had not gotten a single penny of city business that we could find, not one. But that changed in a big way since Sylvester Turner took the oath of office. RPH has been added to 4 different contracts under Houston's affirmative action program since then. Nearly $1.8 million paid so far. Most of the money comes from a $100 million management contract for the $1.35 billion expansion of the city's Northeast Water Purification Plant. Someone should look at that one more closely. RPH was not in the original 2012 contract approved by City Council. They were added in June 2017, after Turner was already in office. once as a subcontractor under the prime contractor Carollo Engineers, and once as a sub to another sub called the Sith Group. We went back and watched the council vote when that RPH deal happened.
58 is an ordinance.
On item 58, discussion on 58. In favor of post granted on item 58.
No discussion, even while the water plant management deal was being raised by $17 million in one vote. Guess it could be worse. It's now ballooned to $100 million. The mayor didn't say a word, even though it might have been a great time to mention how he knew Paul Cannings Jr. of RPH Consulting Group. In case the mayor forgot, let's remind him. In 2013, Paul Cannings Jr. was charged with theft of services and misapplication of trust funds, 2 felonies. Here are the records from the Harris County court files. It was a contractor dispute, the case was settled, the criminal charge dismissed. But you know who Paul Cannings' lawyer was in that criminal case? A lawyer who practiced virtually no criminal law. You guessed it, Sylvester Turner, then a state representative from Acres Homes. Since then, Cannings Company has gotten $1.8 million in city contracts, and Sylvester Turner has gotten campaign contributions, $20,876 from Cannings, his wife, and his company. So Turner could have mentioned that day in 2017 that Paul Cannings, a guy whose company stood to make millions on the water plant, was a former legal client. Just 3 months after Cannings made the Metro offer, RPH and Cannings both gave Turner $5,000, the maximum contributions under law. You would have hoped the mayor had learned a lesson about possible problems with legal clients. In 1991, Turner lost his first run for mayor in a big way after news broke a legal client named Sylvester Foster had faked his death, as Turner had helped argue for insurance proceeds for a mutual friend who was a beneficiary. Paul Cannings is very much alive, too. But the flow of campaign cash and city contracts clearly began after Turner helped him get rid of that criminal case. Metro tells us they don't want the public to see their communications with Mr. Cannings because it would give one of the bidders an unfair advantage. That doesn't make any sense. They've already closed the bidding. Try to come up with something else, guys, would you? They've even warned the 2 companies vying for the deal that we're nosing around. RPH's website says it's under construction, but their clients are mostly government agencies, from the city library and airport to Houston First to the Port of Houston. Messages we left at the company's phone numbers, well, they weren't returned. The Paul Alexander Company website talks about real estate and development, but that's the only page. No way to know what else they've ever developed. IRG declined an interview with us, but a video they made for Metro describes the potential windfall for taxpayers. Millions in the first year, total revenue over the next century, $920 million. Metro is spending millions over the next few months promoting their dedicated bus lanes the bond election would help pay for. Spending your money to convince you to spend more of your money. If a private company wants to help Metro taxpayers make money, I'd like to hear more.